a short amount of time, Jordan Romero has amassed over $70 million in measurable media, from worldwide broadcast and print to millions of online followers, with much more to come.
Jordan Romero.
Jordan Romero.
Jordan Romero.
Jordan Romero is
Jordan Romero.
Jordan Romero.
Jordan Romero.
13-year-old Jordan Romero.
Jordan Romero.
Jordan Romero.
13-year-old Jordan Romero.
Ever since elementary school, Jordan has been conquering high altitudes on a regular basis.
Jerry.
Before his 12th birthday, he'd climbed the tallest mountain on 5 of the 7 continents, including Mount Denali in Alaska.
Jordan's doing great.
There, every step of the way with him were his father, Paul, and Paul's girlfriend, Karen.
He is trying to become the youngest person ever to climb the tallest mountain ever. Can he do it? We're going to talk to the 13-year-old from the base camp at Mount Everest about this incredible adventure that he's on with his dad.
The base camp is at about 20,000 feet, and then Camp 1 at 23,000 feet, where they'll be making their way
From Everest Base Camp.
Quest. So I set out to do this when I was 9 years old, and this will be the 7th of the 8 summits.
I saw a mural in my school hallway in the 4th grade, and it was of these 7 summits. And then my dad picked me up from school and I said, "Dad, you know what? I want to climb the 7 summits." And he just said yes.
Of course, I had tons of apprehensions and tons of questions in my own mind. You heard it from Jordan himself. This was all his idea. We've taken in a super methodical, surgical approach to this.
You know, we take all the precautions. We're going as safe as we can, and we're climbing this mountain for the right reason. We feel really good about it.
Understand he has a lot of homework. Might be the first kid who actually had to take homework to Mount Everest with him, the first climber to do that.
Well, I mean, a bunch of math homework, but hey, I've just been told to read some books.
And when you make it to the top, is there anything you want to do when you reach that point?
I just really want to celebrate and just pull out the sponsor flags, summit flags, and give some dedications to some people, some of my good luck charms up there. And so my friend, who's only 8 years old, who was battling a brain tumor, he gave me a good luck charm of his own, and those were kangaroo testicles.
From Australia.
From Australia.
He's about to become the youngest person ever to summit Everest. More than 200 climbers, for some perspective here, have died trying to scale Everest.
After months of preparation and weeks of climbing, Jordan reached the summit.
He's fascinating. I can't wait to see with everybody else what will Jordan come up with next.
For most 13-year-olds, a huge accomplishment is something like acing a math test or making the football team. But Jordan Romero aimed higher, way higher, and yesterday he became the youngest climber ever to reach the summit of Mount Everest.
And guess what? One of the first things he did after summiting, he called his mom.
Did he make any plans in advance for what he would do when he reached the top?
You know, I know he had some souvenirs with him and little good luck charms, and I haven't heard all the stories about that yet. Planted some seeds, and
he's safe and sound, and I know you can't wait to put your arms around him and give him a really hearty hug.
I can't wait. Thank you so much for having me, Lester.
All right.
Was it harder or easier than you thought it would be?
Man, it was definitely harder than I thought it would be.
Well, a California 8th grader is hoping his incredible accomplishment inspires young people around the world, and he spoke with us this morning from base camp in Nepal.
It was a feeling like no other, being on the top of the world. You just couldn't believe it.
You'll be a veteran of the 7 summits. Then what are you going to do with your life after that?
2011 is kind of left on a blank right now, but we have tons of plans for 2010. We still have some plans, you know, between Mount Vincent Massif and Mount Everest right now. We have the 50 states tour, high pointing all of the 50 states, climbing all of them. And then Mount Choyu, the 6th highest mountain in the world. I want to ski that mountain, so that during that trip we'll be going back to Tibet.
You guys were all on the mountain together, right?
Yep. Yes.
Making you the first family to ever climb to the top?
First family.
Little family
to
trip?
The summit.
A little family trip.
Little family trip.
Now, I understand you guys are in meetings with different sponsors and stuff like that.
Things are going well. We've got some extremely good people looking out for us.
You know, we have the 50 States Tour, climbing highest point on every state.
Go to Kansas. It's Mount Sunflower. It's still flat as paper.
It's on the list.
Right.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Jay?
I'm tired. Had a big lunch right before this, so probably that's what's weighing us down, but
you're doing great.
Still, we're getting closer.
There were tough moments. You know, we were all battling, I don't know, just the cold, the wind, headaches, all kinds of stuff.
We're a very polished, well-prepared team. And as we're here with all fingers and toes to show for it, we did quite well with it. Jordan's developing into a strong, smart, traveled young man.
What went through your mind when you finally hit the top?
It was just full of mixed emotions, and just couldn't believe it that we were sitting on top of the world. We had a very successful trip, so I was very happy for that. And we just went up there, took some pictures, and enjoyed the view that you can't get anywhere else in the world.
This is the story of a boy's dream and a father who would climb any mountain to give it to him. Team Jordan climbs the deadlier northern face of Everest, which is colder, windier, and where one night hurricane-force gales ripped through their camp at 120 miles per hour.
We had wind pounding on us. Other tents were literally being blown off the mountain and going 100 feet up in the air, just twirling. You know, that was a little bit scary, but you know what? It's crazy up there.
Whatever you think about a 13-year-old boy climbing Everest, no one can dispute Jordan's tremendous strength and skill.
Jordan actually gets faster and stronger the higher he gets.
As they near the summit, Jordan and his father wear oxygen masks. Most climbers need them in the ultra-thin air.
The summit's just probably 100 or 200 feet above us.
And now, after 5 weeks on Everest, Jordan was about to become the youngest person ever to stand on top of the world.
What did it feel like to summit Mount Everest? To set that world record?
It felt really good.
I just filled my goggles full of tears.
You know, it wasn't so much for the record. You know, I was just so happy that our whole team had done it.
Do you think other kids should try and do this? Do you think other 13-year-olds should try?
No. I remember seeing the Earth curve out in the distance. We were surrounded by all of these giant Himalayan mountains. I couldn't have done this at all without the support of my dad and my family. So never be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Always believe in yourself, and don't be afraid to go big. Find your Everest.
It's The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Tonight, Jay welcomes the youngest person to climb Mount Everest, 13-year-old Jordan Romero.
Jordan, come on out.